Bloody hell, we just got our asses kicked!
What's going on, my motherfucker people? Part of the crew. So apparently, Sony has released a new terms of agreement which they've changed. And, people have been getting a little bit concerned about it because, with just 2 more days after this video is posted up, on Thursday, the PS4 will release to over millions and millions of people. And as we all know, it's leading up to a big blowout. Basically what happened was when Xbox One first came out, they released their DRM policy. Basically, you can't sell used games. You have to, all this policy about different things. And, that Xbox One, with Connect must monitor. It can turn on your video camera and monitor what's going on, monitor your chats and texts. So basically what's happening is we all found out that the PS4 for Sony wasn't going to do that, and that was a big selling point for the PS4 for a lot of people, was that it wasn't going to have all this little factors of monitoring and limiting. But just 2 days before the PS4 release, Sony has changed their terms of agreement on their service. I have a link to 2 articles in the description box below, but we're first going to talk about the terms of service for banned game sales, sharing more. I have a link in the article in the description box below. You can check that out. Basically, the article reads, Sony has apparently changed the PS4's terms of service and software user terms for the PS4, effectively banning the release of games or sharing and quite a few other activities concerning both retail and downloadable titles. Now, don't get worried. This title does mislead, saying that Sony is banning it, but this is not what it says. Basically, this is the limitations on your use of software. Your license to use software is a non-exclusive, non-transferable license to use the software for private use only. It also goes to state later on that you must not resell either disc-based software or software downloads unless express authorized by us, and if the publisher is another company, additionally by the publisher. So basically, if this is a first-party game like Uncharted 2, Jack and Dexter, Last of Us, if those company Naughty Dog, if Sony since has the first party, they can decide whether or not you can resell this game or not. And also, they have the option of. So I don't think they're doing it. I think they just have this policy in just in case Xbox One changes. They could change. They don't get all this hate. But it also says if the publisher, so that means let's say you get Ubisoft Montreal for Assassin's Creed games, and then you get Activision Infinity Ward. If they say you can't resell the game, or you can't use the term used game, you can't use it, then that goes to the publisher. So Sony changed their terms of agreement, which is a little bit shady under the the area of what people weren't expecting, but it doesn't mean you can't use used games. It's just saying Sony and the publisher have the ability. They have the power and the ability, but whether or not they're going to do it, it's another question. So does that make it a little bit, shaky? It's a little bit slick what Sony did. They basically said we're not going to do anything with the policy involving, used games and, banning them and everything. And what they use it as a big selling point because as of now, the PS4 has probably almost double the pre-orders as the Xbox One. And the PS4 right now is head out of the gate, head start over the Xbox One. But slick Sony decided to change the policy 2 days before the PS4 launch. Also, a lot of people order their games from GameStops, and I recently did a video. I'll put a link in the description box below. It doesn't really matter that much, but GameStop had a sale where you got 90% extra in-store credit on a PS4. So a lot more people got a pre-order of the PS4. But now, right after that, 2 days after that launch, they released this term policy. All right, so the second article, which is by GameSpot, once again, I'll have the link to the article in the description box below. It basically said, ahead of PlayStation 4 launch this week, Sony has updated its software user terms via Polygon to explain that the company may monitor and record any or all of PlayStation Network activity, including voice and text message data. I wonder who that sounds like. Yeah, the Xbox One. This is the same thing that people were concerned about the Xbox One. Not really too much over the used games, but the fact that Kinect was always going to be watching you, and you could be, selling weed out your room, and the Kinect could fucking turn on, you could be like, they could snitch on you, be the fucking snitches, you could be fucking bitches in that room, they catch you one day, now you're a porn star, they could catch you doing some fucked up shit. And that's what people didn't want. They didn't want their Kinect to just randomly turn on and be operating on its own and recording you, jerking off in your room, or doing some sort of freaky shit. That's what people didn't want. But now Sony changed their policy, and we all know Sony is coming out with the new camera, which is you can buy it now. And it says we reserve the right in our sole discretion to monitor and record any or all of your PSN activity and to remove any of your UGM, user-generated media, at our sole discretion without further notice to you. So basically, they can record all your shit, record all your messages, delete any of the stuff that you put up on PSN, and they don't have to tell you they did it. That's a little shady, Sony. The terms of use apology apply to all authorized PlayStation systems, including PlayStation 2, PSP, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and PS4. So not only are they changing the policy on the PS4, but it changes for every agreement. That's why, if you guys have a PS4 or you own a PlayStation 2, if you go to play online, they had a new agreement policy. What happened was Sony signed you out of your PlayStation Network account, and what they did was they updated the PlayStation policy. So I was playing Call of Duty Ghost online, and then I got signed out, and I'm like, what's going on? And then it's like, you must accept the new terms of agreement. So I'm like, okay, let me just go accept it. I didn't even read this shit because I don't think anyone else does. But this is pretty big. So I had to accept 2 pages. And in those 2 pages, I guarantee you were these 2, changes that no one's going to read. And basically, to play online now or to go onto your PSN, if you haven't already updated your system and, signed in and accepted the new terms of policy agreement, which just came out probably 2 days ago, you can't play online. So, this is 2 new changes that have come to Sony's policy of software user terms. Does this put the Xbox One on the same level? It kind of does in a sense, whereas now this was like something big, though Xbox One to change it. It's starting to see that Sony was going to probably put some sort of restriction on it, just like the Xbox One. But what happened was the Xbox One thing probably got leaked out, and then Sony was like, no, we're not going to do that shit. So is Sony being a little sneaky, and should you be concerned? I say they're both big companies. Fuck them. They're trying to get you money. So whichever system you really like, it doesn't really matter. I doubt they're going to do anything so dramatically where it's going to change your mind. But the PS4 does launch in 2 days. Just want to get you guys know about this update, about the new software user terms, being changed, about also the PSN activity, and also, the used game dilemma. So make sure to, comment down below. Tell me what you think about this. Is this a little shady of Sony? I think it is. Make sure to leave a like, comment, share this with your friends, get my name out there. Make sure you subscribe. If you subscribe, you must love the crew.
Really wanna feel them shots, boy. You a B-boy, I'm a black boy, I'm a D-boy, I'm a hot boy. 6 shots got me feeling like clock, boy. Party all night, shit don't stop, boy. Drunk as fuck and I'm ready to fight. Follow for the night, fuck me and put a light.